It's a known parenting fact that if your outdoor toys, bikes, and sports equipment are well organized and easily accessible, your kids will play outside more often. I've got some awesome ideas, tips, organizational systems to help you get this area under control once and for all. You can thank me later. All right, so for this area, we're using a different type of rail system. It's one that you would generally think of using for like rakes and shovels, but it actually works really well with sports equipment too. All right, so I want to show you a quick little hack that can take a simple utility shelf and turn it into sports equipment ball storage. All we're doing is taking a 4-foot adjustable bungee cord, hooking it on the top shelf and then the bottom. We're spacing them about 6 inches apart. You want them to be far enough apart that you can easily get balls in and out, but close enough that they also keep them in too. Makes it super easy for your kids to put them away. Next, sort your larger equipment into clear storage bins. Using clear bins makes a lot of sense because you can see what's in them. Stack everything on the shelves, hook everything on the hooks, done and done. As far as sports equipment organization goes, I'd say this is a home run. See what I did there? All right, we still need to organize all these bikes, and for that, I have a great DIY project. Okay, so we are going to build a freestanding bike rack. And a lot of times in garages, you'll see adult bikes kind of ceiling or wall mounted, and that's a great option. But for younger kids that are gonna be taking them in and out more often, it's a lot easier for them to have something that's on the ground versus lifting up. So we are actually gonna build our own, and Ben has a drawing here. How are we gonna do this, Ben?
I think we're gonna make a simple frame on the floor and up one side, and then just have 45-degree dividers to put the bikes in.
This is a build that you can customize depending on how many bikes you have. You can make it longer or shorter. For our purposes, we have a lot of bikes we need to store in this garage. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna be building this out of 2x4s, is actually to cut some of our 2x4s down to size, and then we're gonna rip a few of them thinner using our table saw. Okay, now we have our ripped down pieces, but we need to do a little work to them to make a triangle.
Right. We need to cut a 45-degree miter on either end so that it makes the front of a triangle.
Perfect. So to do this, we're going to adjust our saw to a 45 degree. So you can see now that we have a nice 45, and it's going to fit in just like this. Okay, so now that we have the L shape, the 90-degree shape built, we're gonna add, Ben has the 45 pieces that we cut, and basically we're gonna space these out along the frame, and the bikes will wheel right on in between. So as far as spacing, what are we going with here?
I measured the bikes, and the biggest one had 7-inch forks, so let's do a 7-inch space.
Okay, great. So that's one of the things that you're gonna customize this build to fit what you have, but just remember that your kids will grow up and the size of their bikes are gonna increase, so you don't wanna go with kind of a toddler bike size that wouldn't later be able to grow along with them. If you've ever seen me do a build before, you know that I love a cheater block. So we cut down a piece of scrap wood to 7 inches, which is our distance between each slat. And now we don't need to measure every single time. All right, about 20 minutes later, this entire thing is built. And now last step, I just want to get a quick coat of paint on it. How incredible does this garage look? It went from complete chaos to now an organized, functional space that looks pretty amazing too.